Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading. As I said in the previous reading today, on this day of Queen Elizabeth's funeral, it's been a very long day, very powerful day, a very beautiful day in my opinion, a very emotional day, obviously, an exhausting day for many, and I just want to check in with everyone, the main players, and just see how they're all doing right now. It's all over, more or less, private moments now for the royal family, but the spectacle is over, the pomp and circumstance, that's all over. And I am using the new Palladini Tarot. I'm just going to get a card for the main players. I have 10 people I want to check in. That sounds like an awful lot, but very quickly we'll do detailed readings again in the coming days and what's going on. But I just want to know how they're doing, literally, energetically, emotionally right now, because they looked pretty finished, some of them, if not all of them. There was one that looked fake finished in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. And I am going to put a disclaimer in this reading and say it's a tarot reading for entertainment purposes and or just my opinion. And one more shuffle. Well, look at her as well, and him. Camilla, Charles and Camilla, William and Catherine, Harry and Meghan, Sophie and Anne and Sophie. That's the order I have it written down. Anne and Sophie. I need to keep shuffling because I got that wrong when I said it to you. Anne and Sophie. And then little George and little Charlotte. How are they doing? So that's 10 people. Anne and Sophie, George and Charlotte to round it off. Just quick cards. Just see how is everyone doing, and hopefully able to go away now and grieve in private and have some quiet time and recover. Mourning is a very long process, various stages of it, of grief and loss. And it's been very public, it's been very difficult. They've had to, all eyes on them, cameras on them every step of the way. Almost intolerable. Telling me not to do the children. I'm not going to do the children. I was going to do a reading on them anyway, separately. So we won't do the children. We'll end with Anne and Sophie, and we won't do George and Charlotte in this reading. Okay, that's okay. Underlying energy is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. It's a lonely card, the Nine of Pentacles. I just want to scooch these cards up a bit. Nine of Pentacles is loneliness in this context, is missing someone, not happy that you are alone, upright, very happy you're to be alone, very strong alone, don't need anyone else. In the reverse, the Nine of Pentacles, sorrowful about being alone, struggling with that loneliness. So they're all in their own ways, and it's very obvious, but it tells me, I'm always reassured when I get a card like that as the underlying energy, because it tells me I'm on the right track with a reading. I have the right cards on the deck, on the table, sorry. So the situation for our people that we have got now, the Chariot. And I think that it is about the pomp and circumstance we have just witnessed, the display, the gun carriage, the marching, the forward motion, relentlessly with the Chariot. It is a travel card, and they have travelled and they have travelled and they have travelled. King Charles has been all over the place. Princess Anne has been all over the place. The little children have been all over the place in cars, driven here and driven there. Even though they're not in this reading, I was told not to put them there. They all have been in constant motion. A different interpretation from this card because of the circumstances that I'm reading it in. But the Chariot is that momentum, that motion, relentlessness of the situation that they have been going through. And I think that just the desire for it to stop now. So King Charles, how's he doing? And we get the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. He has stopped. He's exhausted. The Knight of Pentacles is slow, steady progress forward. That's basically, it's the most simple meaning, the Knight of Pentacles. But a subtext is Harry. Here's the Prince of Pentacles, the Earth sign Prince. And it's in the reverse. he has been, there's two things going on here. He himself, I think, is exhausted and can't put one foot in front of another. He's worn out and wants to stop. I've got two stopping energies coming off these cards now. He just can't anymore. But there was this subtext of annoyance, irritation, because the Knight of Pentacles in reverse is an irritated energy, grumpy kind of an energy, squabbly energy. He's irritated with his younger son and the way he's behaving and the way she's behaving and all the sniping and all the drama that's going on behind the scenes and the poor behavior in public, because there have been instances of poor behavior to the extent of not even singing God Save the King properly at Westminster Abbey and all those filthy looks given to Prince William during that service. I'm not going to go there in this reading, but it's there in the energy. How is Camilla doing, the new Queen Consort? How is she doing? Seven of Rods. She's in defense mode. She's exhausted as well, but she's keep standing her ground. She's staying upright. She's managing, but she's tired. The Seven of Wands, of Rods, in this new Palladini Tarot is about withstanding blows, surviving them, but having to sort of swat them away. So she's tired. She, we know, has a physical ailment, broke her toe, so she's in pain. She's tired. She's probably having to deal with irritations, not only the pen incidents and things like that, but behind the scenes irritations. I'm sure there are many that she's having to smooth over. But she's standing her ground. She's tough. She's toughing it out. But the Seven of Wands isn't a comfortable card. I'm giving all my effort into keeping myself going at this point. Please, can I put my feet up, have a gin, and just shut down and stop this noise. Prince William, how's he doing? Wow. That's very powerful. That's where the authority is. That's where the power is with the Sun card. That is where the new leadership is. That is where the energy is coming from, the dynamism, the focus. And a lot of focus has been on him, and I don't think King Charles resents it for 1 second. There were rumblings about abdication in the next few years, and we'll look at it when I feel the energy is right, has settled. We'll have a look at the reign of King Charles III. It just doesn't feel right to me to do it yet. But the Sun, a lot of focus, a lot of energy on him, and he is embracing it. He feels very powerful, incredibly powerful. He looks very powerful when you see him. He has really blossomed into an incredible force of light, in my opinion, and that's a radiant being. And that card is telling me that he is doing well. These two are embattled, they're tired, but Prince William he's in good form. Very reassuring card. How is the Princess of Wales, Catherine, doing? How's she doing? Four of Pentacles in reverse, and the card came out in the previous reading. Letting go of grievances and grudges. She's having to work on that. It's not an easy card, the Four of Pentacles in reverse. You have to let go of things that, when you've hardened yourself against things, she's probably feeling that she can't control situations like she would like to control situations. She's been put in situations where she feels she does not have the necessary control. Constantly being confronted with someone she doesn't like, someone she doesn't trust, someone she's very suspicious of, someone who has actively threatened herself and her children, her family, her marriage. So it's very difficult for her. She feels destabilized right now. Not surprised that this card is there. It does link this reading with the previous reading. It's a bit of a message from universe to say it's okay not to be in control. You can just let it go. But also it's challenging for her, the situation, and you can see it, how challenging it is for her on so many different levels. I feel for her. I hope that she has time off, new home, children at new schools, loss of somebody, having to grieve in public, having to be confronted with Meghan Markle. A lesser mortal would just keel over. We know she has got a very good support system around her in the shape of her own family. Sophie also has taken some of the flack away from her, taking the flack in the car with her. I'll read on that too. But she's got someone very powerful next to her who is not struggling. The others has been. How is he doing? Yeah. Same card that came out in the reading I did on him yesterday. 10 of Swords in reverse. He knows he is ruined. This has been very difficult for him. Public humiliation, rock bottom, dead. He feels every sword in his back. He feels it as betrayal. He doesn't realize he is the instrument of his own downfall, or he's married to the instrument of his downfall, in my opinion. Remember, of course, the disclaimer in the box below. But he's not handling this well at all. This is the worst possible outcome for him, the worst case scenario for him. I have to say I'm pleased to see that card there, the way he's been behaving. It's disgraceful, in my opinion. And he's feeling it. He knows the shame, the humiliation, the public humiliation. It's there for all the world to see. How is Madame? She managed to squeeze out a tear. She was mercifully, for Netflix no doubt, she was mercifully blocked from our view by a very strategically placed candle. But how is she doing? Loving it. Loving every second of it. With the Empress. The Queen of all she surveys. She's finally in the spotlight. She's finally got all the cameras on her. Or they aren't really. I think they're doing their best to avoid her and Harry, seems to me, as with the strategically placed candle. It is all about the Queen, of course, this is supposed to be, but it's all about her. She's feeling very smug. She's feeling very glamorous. She's feeling very beautiful, very desirable, because that's what the Empress is about. She's feeling like everybody's looking at her and saying how beautiful she is, and she should be Queen and Harry should be King. And if you read the deranged Twitter account, Myra, Princess Sussex, you have to probably medicate yourself before you go and look at it, that a lot of people speculate it's actually her, one of her many accounts on social media. You will see exactly what I mean. And it's come through. It's come through in the energy. It's come through in these cards, that level of self-satisfaction, of smugness, of entitlement, deranged levels. If you go and look at that tarot account, I don't recommend it. And of course, speculating only that it has any connection to herself. And then Anne, Princess Anne, who in my opinion has had the worst of it, the most exhausting time. He looks like she's really been hammered by this. How's she doing? Ace of Swords. She is in her truth, very powerful, the Ace of Swords. So she's dressed in her military attire in all of these public events that we've seen, these with the sword of truth, of justice, defending the faith, defending the crown. She's fighting. She's in warrior mode at the moment. I hope she doesn't fall over at the end of it, but right now that sword is upright. It's holding the crown aloft. She is honouring her parents. She is being impeccable in her courage and her wisdom and her sense of justice, and doing the right thing. She's doing the right thing at some cost to herself. The cost to herself is not showing in this card at all. It's a very, very, very powerful card, very powerful energy coming off it. She really is a most impressive human being. And finally, Sophie, who, as I say, has taken a lot of flack, who has grieving. How is she doing at the moment? That is so funny. The Devil in reverse. Oh wow. Universe is being very literal at the moment. We know who the Devil is in these readings, these royal readings. She shows up all the time. There she is, the Devil. And Sophie has tamed the Devil. The Devil is in reverse. Sophie has got the Devil under control. The lies, the toxicity, the narcissism, the addiction, the abuse, the anger, the filth, the trash that comes with the Devil, the stench that comes with the Devil. Sophie is a Capricorn, of course, interestingly. Of all the people who can tame the Devil, she is the one. And she has stepped up and she has taken on this task. And I so hope that she is rewarded with the title she deserves, and Prince Edward, and that she is acknowledged and honoured. But I know that in looking down, she is where they are currently. The two that have passed, that have left the family in recent times, are looking down on her and applauding her, and the angels are too. So that's the reading, and thank you for watching. I will see you again tomorrow.